In today's video, I'm going to be discussing a $1,400 fourth stimulus check for SSDI, Social Security Disability beneficiaries, as requested by some of you right here in the community. I have all the details and answers to your questions, so let's get into it and discuss what's going on. First off, thank you so much for liking and sharing this video with those buttons right down below. I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much for being here. Also, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well with the big subscribe button right down below. Again, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. I'm here for you every single day, watching the headlines, doing the research, advocating on your behalf, answering questions, anything else I can do for you right now. I totally recognize low income, fixed income need a whole lot more money right now. I see the comments, I see the concerns, I see the struggles, I read the reports. It's a tough time right now. The last few years have been really, really bad for the low income and fixed income. I totally recognize more money right now would be really, really, really relieving for a lot of people. So again, thank you for being here. Just recognize I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. All right, so anyway, this is a question that I see fairly often down below in the comment section. And again, I specifically want to focus on SSDI here in this video. However, I'm going to be completely fair with you. Everything I'm talking about here in this video pertains to all beneficiaries, okay? So anybody receiving benefits administered by Social Security, again, retirement, SSDI, survivor, spousal, SSI, even VA, RRB, low income, again, it doesn't really matter. But again, I see the questions down below and comments, things like this, people saying, hey, you never talk about SSDI. Which, by the way, quick little side note, I talk about SSDI like virtually every single day. So I do talk about SSDI. I do talk about SSI, again, virtually every single day. But I've had people requesting, can you tell us an update? Are we, SSDI beneficiaries, getting a $1,400 fourth stimulus check? Again, I'm going to talk about all that right here in the video, what I'm watching, answering questions, clarifying everything that's going on right now. I'm going to give it to you straight. I say that all the time, okay? No matter what, I'm going to bring you honest, accurate, reliable, transparent information, and I'm going to give it to you straight every single day in these videos. I'm not here to beat around the bush. I'm not here to blow smoke. I'm not here to, give a bunch of smoke and mirrors and stuff like that. That's not my style, okay? So anyway, I want to give you the details of what's going on. So for those of you that are asking for a dedicated SSDI video, here you go. Here's your dedicated video, okay? But again, like I said, it actually does pertain to pretty much everybody. All right, so anyway, as of right now, I want to give you the details as far as what I'm watching. We've seen some very interesting things going on. We've seen some major cracks emerging in the economy. Now, again, you might be thinking, wait, economy? What does this have to do with me getting a $1,400 stimulus check? I just need some money. Stop talking about the economy. Well, here's what it all comes down to. It's all the economy. Literally every single time, the distribution of stimulus checks is 100% based on the economy. Every single time, okay? There's a variety of factors that go into this, but the ones that I think, in my honest opinion, that are most important that we need to continue watching are, number one, the jobs report. In other words, the non-farm payroll number, the number that's released the first Friday of every month. We get that out, and it gives us a glimpse into what's going on with jobs. Are jobs being created? Are jobs being lost? Is the unemployment rate going up? Is it going down? What about labor participation rate? What about average hourly pay? All of these statistics, all of these numbers that we get once per month, the first Friday of the month. That's a very, very important statistic, okay? Now, think of this really quickly. Think of a couple years ago. Well, it was more than a couple years ago now, okay? But back in early 2020, what was happening? Everything was closing down. Everything was closed. What was going on with the unemployment rate during that time? It was going up very, very fast, right? We had about 40 million people unemployed in this country. Why? Because everything was shut down. Everything was closed. We were told to stay at home. So the unemployment rate was going through the roof. And what happened during that time? They started pumping stimulus checks out like it was going out of style, right? I mean, they literally sent out 3 checks in 12 months of time. In April 2020, $1,200. December of 2020, $600. And then, March again of 2021, another $1,400, right? So that was what? I think it was $3,200 in that amount of time. Yeah, $3,200 in that amount of time that they sent out in 12 months' time. They sent out $3,200 per person. It's a lot of money going out the door, right? My point is, this, in my opinion, is possibly the most important factor is the jobs, okay? So again, you don't need to have a job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to go run out and get a job. That's not what I'm saying at all. In fact, don't do that. Terrible idea, okay? I mean, you can if you want, but I'm saying no point in doing that. Okay, so that's number one that I'm watching. Next is the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve and their interest rate policies, which, by the way, I apologize. I thought I said this a minute ago. I didn't say it. I want to say it again really quickly. As of right now, no, a stimulus check in any dollar amount is not approved, okay? I apologize. I meant to say that earlier before I got into this whole talking about the jobs and stuff like that. I apologize. Either way, my point is I'm saying it right now before I get into talking about the Federal Reserve. No, a stimulus check in any dollar amount. I don't care what you're hearing from anybody else out there right now. No, a $1,400 check, a $2,000 check, a $5,000 check, an $8,700 check, doesn't matter. None of these are approved right now, okay? I make that very clear in all my videos all the time. I say that very clearly. No, stimulus checks are not approved right now. However, if the economy goes into the crapper like it is, guess what's going to happen? We're probably going to see stimulus checks at some point. Right now, no. Okay, so I just want to make that very clear. And again, I get a little bit defensive about it. Reason being is I see comments down below all the time saying, you said we're getting a stimulus check. No, you didn't listen. That's the problem, okay? That's the problem here. There's so much confusion because people don't freaking listen, and it's so annoying. Okay, sorry. I'm going to calm down for a second, and then we're going to get back on track here before I blow a gasket. Okay, let's talk about the next one, is Federal Reserve, okay? So I know I'm like freaking out here, okay? It just gets so like obnoxious when I see those comments saying, you said. No, I didn't. I very clearly just said, you're not, okay? Anyway. Okay, we gotta take a couple of deep breaths here. Okay, all right, so next, I want to talk about the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve is another very important one. Reason being is, they're keeping interest rates very high right now. These interest rates are crushing the economy. I know a lot of people are saying, oh no, this economy's strong. It's the best economy ever. We're the best people in the world. We've turned this place around. They're crushing it. I don't care what people say. They're crushing it. Here's why. These high interest rates are not sustainable. Nobody can sustain business or anything with these interest rates as high as they are. Reason being is, it's so incredibly expensive to borrow money. Anybody that's borrowing money right now is getting absolutely smacked with this inflation. And these high interest rates, things like this. There's no margin to be had anymore. So what do they have to do? They have to raise prices, right? They need to continue raising prices, driving more pressure on the consumer, you and me, who are trying to buy stuff with the limited amount of money that we have. And then basically the cycle continues, right? So the Federal Reserve has interest rates very, very high, and they're going to keep interest rates high for a while, it looks like, unless something really dramatically happens with the economy, which it will, because this is contracting very aggressively on the economy. But when this whole thing comes down, it's going to come down in a big old crash and boom, right? It's going to be an ugly situation because interest rates have been left high way too long, way too many businesses, way too many people are struggling way too badly, and as a result, that all has to come into fruition at some point. It cannot just be unheard, right? It just cannot be undelivered. This is no point. There's no way that this can just continue to go on forever and we not have any negative ramifications or any consequences of this. It will happen, and it is going to happen. We're going to see this in a major, major way. It's going to be like a big tidal wave, like a big tsunami, right? We're all living our lives. We're sitting on the beach. We're loving life. We're getting all tan and sunscreen everywhere and getting a little sunburnt and loving it, playing in the sand all over the place. It's a good time, right? And then, look out on the horizon. You got this big, huge tsunami wave coming in. And that's, you got to run for it, right? That's kind of the situation here. It's all of a sudden, we're living, we're doing fine. Everything's good. All is fine. No problem whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, right there on the horizon, here it comes. Take a run for it. This sucker's coming in, and there's no way to stop it. See what I'm saying, right? By the way, that'd be a super scary situation. I hope that's never the situation for anybody. But my point is, it's kind of a good analogy to think about because that's literally how recessions and major crashes in the economy work as well. They're kind of slow, creeping around, and they're kind of hanging around under the water level, and they're behind the bushes and things like this. And all of a sudden, they pop out. Here I am, right? So it's kind of the same situation with recessions and things like that. They come out of nowhere, and they happen pretty quick, and then whack, there you go. And kind of goes down with the economy, okay? So anyway, long story short is that this is what we need to continue watching, is the economy. It's all based on 100% the economy. Now, I could go off and talk about a couple of the different things that I'm watching in the economy as well. I might not do that. Reason being is, what's the point? There's really no point. I'm not sure that you even care, but my point is, I want to bring this to your attention and let you know. It's all based on the economy, okay? Think of it this way. When we see a recession hit, if you're in the camp, if you're in the base camp of saying, hey, hooray, hooray, let's cheer for a stimulus check. If you're in that camp, you absolutely 100% want a recession, okay? I know you might be thinking, no, I don't want a recession. Okay, well then you don't want a stimulus check, okay? The only time that you're going to get a stimulus check is when we go into a massive recession. That's how they work, okay? That's how it works every time. So if you want a stimulus check, you better be praying for a recession, okay? And again, I want to say this much. A recession is not bad. Everybody looks at recessions at this negative connotation. Oh, recessions are so bad. Depends how you look at it. Recessions can be bad for some people. Recessions are very good in a lot of ways. It's a big reset, right? It's like playing a video game. Oh man, this is not going well. Hit the reset button, yoink, and boom, there you go. You get to start all over. And that's all it is, okay? That's the same thing as a recession. Starts over, it resets the economy. We all start over. Well, not really start over, but you get my point, right? It resets everything. It brings down inflation. It kind of resets different economies. It purges, bad things out of the economy. And then boom, we get to start over and things usually start out fresh and take off and it's good again, right, for a while. So that's my point here, okay? So if you want a stimulus check, you better be looking for a recession. That's what you really want, is a major recession, and then boom, they print up money and send it out in the form of stimulus checks, okay? Makes sense? So anyway, I know that I kind of am talking about all kinds of random stuff here, but this is literally what it's about. It's about the economy, and that's what it comes down to when it comes down to stimulus checks. So for those of you then wondering about an SSDI specific stimulus check, then no, there's not necessarily a stimulus check just for SSDI. That would not necessarily be a thing. There's not going to be a stimulus check just for SSI either, or just Social Security, okay? There could be something for all fixed income beneficiaries. In fact, they did this back in 2009. They sent out a one-time dedicated stimulus check just for fixed income beneficiaries. That was in 2009. That was like what? A long time ago. 16 years ago? It's a long time ago, right? So anyway, my point is, they could potentially do something like that, but it would not be just SSDI. It would be basically all fixed income beneficiaries is something that they would do. Not saying that they're going to, I'm just saying they can. They've done it before. They could potentially do it again. I don't know. But we all have to see what happens with the economy first. That's going to be point number one. And then from there, let's talk about who may be getting it in the event that this happens. But it will happen at some point. It could be 6 months. It could be a year. It could be 10 years. I don't know. But they will do stimulus checks again. It's a play that they've taken out of the playbook many times over the last several decades, and they continue to do it because it's a good way to get money into the economy very, very quickly. Make sense? I'm going to leave it at that. There's nothing else really to say about it. Anyway, I hope this helps you. But again, just remember, I'm not saying you're getting a stimulus check right now. I'm not saying that. I made it very clear earlier. You saw how I got all worked up and jacked up and all, fire shooting out of my ears practically, right? So anyway, I hope this helps for you to understand what's going on here. Otherwise, if you're an SSDI or anybody like that, I'm going to continue watching everything closely. There's a lot of things that are going on right now and a lot of pieces of legislation that are out there to change the benefits, to raise benefits, all kinds of things like that. Regardless, I'll continue to keep you posted. And anything going on with money, benefits, monthly checks, stimulus checks, anything like that, of course, I'm going to continue to bring it to your attention. So anyway, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video down below. Check out the other videos here on the channel, the thousands in the video library. The ones I've hand selected for you down below in the description at the top of the comment section. And right now, popping up on the screen, you'll see some videos there as well. Enjoy your day. Take care. Take your selection now. Watch those videos, and I'll catch you again later.